Okay, first up is Terra. All right, good work on that. Really like the funny surprise ending there. Um, so yeah, the opener looks good here. I thought this looks very odd the way this is kind of cut out and moving in a strange way that doesn't make that much sense. So I don't feel like that worked out very well, especially like just this real weird cuts here and stuff like that. So um, yeah, that didn't quite work out. I mean, I could see if you wanted to do something like maybe cut out these rocks, like that kind of foreground, you might have gotten away with a little bit, and then have the rest of it be one thing, and just keep the movement more subtle. But as it is, that's not working right. Um, so yeah, the render looks clean here. Got the shadows and all that, which is good. The alien character looks good. Worked out well. Camera shots are good. I like the guy's reaction on the side. That's nice. I think that maybe if that was sort of a neck cracking thing, I might go slower on that. It's a bit fast. It's good that you've got facial expressions moving here, but if you get some additional body movement, even if it's only subtle, like a breath or kind of shifting the weight, that can be good. Same here. You don't want to be frozen, though I do like the kind of snarl on the lips. That worked out well. And the finger movement's good. I like that he kind of moves his body back a little bit when he shoots. It's nice that you got the body involved. And as I mentioned before, the surprise ending is really funny. Especially this part, is especially unexpected. So that's a nice little touch. And with the eyebrow raise, it's good. So yeah, good ending, and yeah, came together well overall. Okay, next up is Herminia. All right, good work on that. That's pretty kind of funny and wacky ending. Not unlike the kind of funny and wacky Crazy Horse logo thing. I'm glad you kind of cleaned this up. I think this worked out better, and you've got looks like you have some subtle effect on the text to keep it alive, but you don't have that sort of strange wiggling image. image there. I thought the music was sort of funny the way it kind of is sort of in this, puts you in this kind of light, silly sort of mood, and then you have this very intense laser ending. It's kind of good. I think the facial expressions are good. It would help you if you had a little bit of body movement, even just subtle things like taking a breath or shifting their weight can help kind of keep them looking more like mannequins. And I really like the glow effect and the sinking into the ground. I thought that worked out really well. So yeah, the render looks clean. So overall, it came together well, and yeah, good surprise, entertaining ending to it. Okay, this is Samantha. Okay, good. Yeah, so we've talked about the opener before. That was that weird thing where when this goes forward, it seems to be kind of passing through a mask here, so something you might want to fix. I think the render could be a little cleaner, or like if you get good shadows, you've got all these little artifacts, so I don't know what you ended up using, if it's and then it looks very aliased here, so if you could get better anti-aliasing, that would also improve it. Maybe some cast shadows. Otherwise, use Hardware Render 2.0. Like the facial expressions are good. You can get the clock face in there if you put your file in the scenes directory of the Silver City project folder and make sure you set your project before opening your file. It should reconnect the textures. I thought the draw animations look good. I thought the fall, well, it's good that you have a fall. He doesn't fall very believably. You might want to look at some video reference on that. He looks like he's sort of just kind of floating down to the ground in a way, rather than falling with the real weight of someone who'd just been shot. So you might want to look at some reference. Yeah, and I like that shooting the gun in the air, and it's good that his wrist reacts, although it'd be nice if his arm kind of translated down slightly with each fire to show the kind of the recoil of the gun pressing down on his arm, and then maybe getting at least some body movement here, so it's not just stock still. But yeah, it was a good ending and came together, so nice work. Next up is Shaka. We get that from the very start. Oh, you might want to do a little fade in at the start. Okay, good work. The opener looks really good. Nice, clean work. Good images there. And yeah, the render came out okay. I'm guessing you use hardware render for this. I like that, movement there. That's kind of nice, and kind of getting ready and flexing his fingers and a subtle movement there. It's good that you did facial expressions on these, but it'd be nice to get the bodies moving at least a little bit to kind of keep him alive. And here, like when he reaches from his gun, he could kind of shift his body one way and then the other. And I might not wait so long before he pulls his gun. Maybe edit a little bit of that out. And then finally, I think it'd be better if you had some kind of ending on it. I feel like it's sort of missing an ending. I know you put the to be continued there to get the point across, but for this class, it'd be great if you had some kind of twist ending or just at least some kind of resolution would help finish it off. But overall, it looks good. Came together. Next up is Jared. Okay, so this came together. The opener is, simple, but it's clean and it works fine for this. I think the render could look better. It looks a little low res and kind of alias to the edges. You might, if you can't do a Maya software render, you might try hardware render. It seems like you're missing a lot of the buildings too. I like the look of the character. Another nice touch in here is the way when this guy's shot, that his whole body kind of gets pushed back, and I think that works well. So I think, it came together, but it felt like it needed better rendering and maybe kind of more of the town fleshed out, because it looks like you're missing a lot of the town. But yeah, you got the basics in there. I think when I like that he moves when he pulls his gun rather than just standing still. That's kind of a nice touch, and I think you could add that kind of subtle movement on some of the other shots as well. All right, good work.